swag of a prize fighter. The antithesis of a firefighter. Arsonist, I'm a fire rider. Instant flame like a firelighter. So special with shows, I live out my flows. Can't walk in my shoes, can't purchase my clothes. Ice in my veins, but I never froze. Picture perfect, but I never pose. As a juvenile, I knew I bounced back. Got rated, had a plan to get my ounce back. Use cheese as bait, that's a mousetrap. Let me to the right person to pounce at. They selling dreams, I'm pulling receipts. Full force, we can't be beat. Got a dirty mouth, but the flow so neat. Keep your 2 cents, talk is cheap.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is tweets from Oscar De La Hoya, which he publicly states that the major hurdle to the Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight is the rematch clause. And so we're going to take a look at those tweets and then we'll discuss them in greater detail. Okay, so here you can see, I believe this was 5 days ago, Oscar De La Hoya tweeted this. Does Tank deserve a mandatory rematch if he loses? Question mark. So that's what Oscar De La Hoya wanted to know. He wanted to know if Tank deserves a rematch if he loses. And then we saw this tweeted by Mike Carpenter, in which Mike Carpenter stated, it's right here. Mike Carpenter posts a quote from Oscar De La Hoya, and it says, Oscar De La Hoya, what's holding everything up is the rematch clause. It's only fair if Ryan wins, then our side controls everything as the A side. This is just the way it is always. This is the way it has always been. It's common sense that whoever wins is the A side. So Oscar De La Hoya is saying whoever wins the fight, if Ryan wins, they should be the A side and they should determine the terms, seeing as how they won. And so then this is the most recent tweet from Oscar De La Hoya, in which he states, I remain focused and determined on finalizing Tank versus King Rye. Contrary to leaked reports about the rematch clause, there's still a couple of points with strings attached that need to be ironed out. Now, this is what makes me laugh. He says, contrary to leaked reports about the rematch clause. You're the one who tweeted about the rematch clause. Like, you know. All right, so anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Conspiracy G on this one. What's your reaction to all this?
I just find this whole thing strange. So are they saying so I'm assuming Tank wants a rematch clause if in fact he loses the fight, right?
Yes.
That's obvious, right? Is Oscar's side saying they don't want to provide a rematch clause?
Well, at first the question was, does he deserve a rematch clause? If you remember, that was the first tweet. Then the second tweet was saying, if Ryan wins, it's only right that the A side controls everything, meaning like they'll so be in control of everything. So like
the location, the date,
because they're the A side. So he's saying that, implying that Tank wants a mandatory rematch and Tank wants to still be the A side if he loses the fight for the rematch. And then he tweets the final tweet saying, contrary to the leaked information, we're still negotiating and there are other things that need to be ironed out. So that's all coming from Oscar De La Hoya right now.
All right, so it's pretty much Oscar. I think what's going on is he's probably on their side. Golden Boy's probably losing the negotiations, so they're taking it to social media to apply pressure on Tank. That's what it's sounding like, you know. So it is what it is, man. Like, it's just the nature of the sport. The A side is either the champion or the person that's the star, right? The person that brings in the big bucks, which is Tank, is the person that dictates the terms. It's just only right. So if Garcia beats Tank, Tank has that opportunity to win back, you know, or to avenge that loss. And then from there, if Garcia wins again in the rematch, then now Garcia, you have inherited the kingdom, right? Metaphorically speaking. So I don't see really what's the issue, man. I just kind of feel like Oscar is just doing anything in his power to try to make a situation that's favorable to Garcia, right? He's trying to do everything in his power to get Garcia in the best position possible But nonetheless, if Garcia is really that confident in beating Tank, yo, just sign the contract, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just sign the contract so this can happen, and just agree to whatever the rematch clause is, so that way, you could prove to the world that you're not like just this social media kid, and that you're actual, I mean, I won't say champion because the belt's not really like the championship, but you know what I mean.
You're a secondary champion.
Like,
You a true
you can prove you're a secondary champion. Yeah, that's prove to the world you're a secondary champion. So just sign the contract.
$1 bill. You want to tell the public what that means, $1 bill? Right now, $1 bill was holding up 8 fingers. You want to tell the public what that means, $1 bill?
Okay. I will believe it when I see it.
Okay, can you do it again in that same order that you did it last time, please, for the public? All right. Well, Trill currently has 3 fingers up on his right hand. He has his pinky.
Here we go.
Will
believe it when I see it.
All right. Yes.
And I'm talking about this fight. I'm standing on it. I don't see this fight happening. I just see this as a big charade. They're using what they seen. Well, I think Oscar is using what he's seen. You know what I'm saying? Other fighters do to try to boost up, Ryan's profile by clout chasing off of what Tank got going on, saying that this fight, I've just seen it before. Ryan always says he's going to fight somebody, then the fight never happens. I'm still sticking on that. I believe it when I see it. I just don't think that this fight is going to happen. I honestly, not right now. I just don't see it. It's just something that's just rubbing me the wrong way. I just don't see it. I just think it's just another sham. But I believe it when I see it. But I feel like they're going to weasel their way out of here. They're going to weasel their way out of this fight. They're going to end up fighting somebody else, like Moran or something.
Well, they will. One of his tweets, they're going to fight Prograis, I think.
Yeah, you got Prograis as a backup.
Yeah.
They ain't fighting no Regis Prograis. Really? They're not fighting nobody. They fighting Dennis Johnson. He's a mailman. That's who they're fighting. They're not gonna. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
They're gonna fight Maurice Hooker.
You know what I'm saying? That I can see. Or Herring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Herring probably is.
Herring.
Yeah, Herring.
That's who they'll put him in there with. He's a nice guy.
Oh, what's the other one? Oh man, what's his name?
You know what I'm saying?
Burchell. They'll put him in there with Burchell now.
Yeah. They'll put him in there. Yeah, he can do that. But they're not. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And that's all. I just don't see it. I just don't see that happening. I'm sorry. I believe it when I see it.
All right. TBE.
Call me a liar, Ryan and Oscar. Call me a liar.
For me, I'm more optimistic than Trill. I hope this fight happens.
I hope it happens, but it's not.
Huh?
I hope it happens too, TBE, but it's not.
Say he doesn't want the fight to happen, or he just said he doesn't think it's going to happen.
I just don't think it's going to happen. I would love to see this fight.
There's a lot that goes on. There's a lot that goes on in these negotiating rooms. And I don't know. I'm not there at the other end of the table where they're trying to blackball you and trying to like play it down like, yo, it's a one and done fight, or we need a rematch clause, or we need 3 fights just to prove it. I just want this fight to happen, to be honest. And I feel I'm not gonna say I don't like Ryan. I like Ryan Garcia. He's a talented fighter. But the ego has gotten to him from my point of view. From what I see from Ryan, his ego has gotten to him. But Tank, there should be no hesitation on y'all side. Like, agree to everything. Whatever this is going down. Agree, yes. It's just to prove your point. I'm gonna say it like this. If you're that guy, if you know you hold it down, if you're that man, prove your point. Like, there's no hesitation. It's like I need to consolidate with my my counselor or whatever. But let's make this happen. This is 2023 now, yo. Like, come on, we went through a pandemic, we went to 2021, 2022, and you guys still not have seen each other. Stop the holdups. We don't care about nothing else but y'all getting in the ring and making it happen. Like, let's see what goes on. G, fix your face. I don't know why you're taking off your glasses.
Nah, I'm sorry, bro. My bad.
Huh?
Nah, continue.
Okay, go.
No disrespect.
Yeah.
Disrespect to you.
Nah, I wasn't. Nah, it wasn't had nothing to do with you, man. My bad.
Cool. You know, sometimes it has to do with me, but I'm like, yo,
riding like pop.
these guys got to get it on. No, pause and everything after that. But I'm tired of these guys just going back and forth. You saw after Ryan Garcia beat Luke on my forgetting his last. I'm about to say Walton, but that's a Laker player. But after these guys beat Luke Campbell. After Ryan Garcia beat Luke Campbell, he was on the Mike Tyson podcast talking all his trash. Like, he's doing the Muhammad Ali portrayal. I'm like, if you feel that confident, go take on the best competition. I want to see these guys. I'm 32. I don't know how many years I got left in life. Life, we getting old, and we want to see the best. I want to go out being like, yo, I saw the Avengers, I saw Batman, I saw Mark Wahlberg, I saw Steven Spielberg. I saw the greatest things in my lifetime. Like they was on, my eyes saw this. But I don't want to go out being like, nah, I never got to see the greatest fights go down. I want to see the greatest fights go down before I perish. And you guys are taking up my time. Please provide us with the greatest fights of all time. And I tell you,
it sounds like he's like 90 years old, bro. You know
let him cook, G.
It messes me out because I want this fight now, but they want us to wait like 3-4 years. No, I want it today, tomorrow. I want it tomorrow. You guys are fighting in your prime, but y'all don't want to fight each other. Come on, stop wasting our time. Because what we give to y'all, we give y'all our money, our support, our attention, everything. But y'all don't want to give us the best fights we deserve. The fans need this. We want Ryan versus Davis.
Just asking. You think Ryan Garcia is in his prime right now?
No, but we want to see Ryan versus Javante. He was talking that mess, and I want to see it. I want to see it go down. I want to see Ryan back that up. I don't want to see Ryan fight Javante when Javante's 35 and Ryan's 29. I want to see them fight right now when they're young and in their primes, when they're fresh. They're wolves off the leash. That's it.
Wolves off the leash. All right, hey, listen, man. I'm sick of this, to be honest with you. To me, this is nothing but a ploy to satisfy a base, and that's what we have now. We have in boxing two fighters who people want to see fight. Like Trill wants to see them fight. I want to see them fight. But there's a difference between wanting to see them fight and believing that they actually will fight. And when I see a string of tweets like the one I saw from Oscar De La Hoya, it leads me to believe that they will not fight. I'm going to explain to you why. A mandatory rematch clause, that's your holdup? A mandatory rematch clause. That's the holdup. Oh, and now the A side should get to pick all types of, if Ryan beats him, then we should get control and we should be the A side, and that's the way it is. Really? Okay, so you should tell that to Alexander Usyk then. You should tell that to Andy Ruiz then. You should tell that to Tyson Fury then.
Devin Haney.
Tell that to Devin the Dream Haney. Tell it to all these men who believe in themselves enough to say, I'll give you all that. Because I'm going to do it twice and I'm out of there. And they did that. All this tells me is that Ryan isn't confident enough in his ability to beat Tank twice. Or even once. But the mandatory, that's what's stopping you, cuz. Yo, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of these mandatories. I think the only way you should get a rematch is if the fight ends in a close decision. So when they draw up contracts, I think they should say if the fight ends in a close decision, and you can put it in the contract 7-5, 8-4, whatever you want. If the fight ends in that, automatic rematch. Otherwise, I think winner should take all. Because unless it ends in a close rematch, it's highly unlikely the result's going to change, right? It's like if you take a standardized test and like you score solo, like I mean, if you score like solo, you in like the 10, you score solo, it's highly unlikely you'll pass. There's no need for you. You can waste all your money trying to. You're never going to pass that test. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm not the type of person because I encourage people, but at some point, you're not going to accomplish that feat. Like if you're in your lifetime, if you think you want your goal is to squat 1,000 pounds, and once you're at the age where you're going to hit the decline and you're only squatting 300, I hate to be and there's nothing wrong with squatting 300. You just ain't never hitting that 1,000. 300 is a good number though. You know what I mean? And you could at that point, you can start taking all the extra help you want. You never hitting 1,000. So don't waste your time. You understand? And the point that I'm getting at is like, if you believe genuinely in your heart that you're gonna do this, you can beat Gervonta Tank Davis, then do it. Take the fight. Sign the contract. Say, listen, I got him. I'm gonna beat him twice. But if you don't believe it and you just capping, this is what you do. You come out here and you say, oh, the fight, we were in negotiations, but it never happened because he wanted a mandatory rematch. And we wanted to be the A side and he wouldn't do it. But we all seen Usyk do it. We seen Tyson Fury do it. We seen Devin Haney do it. We've seen so many fighters do it now that's just a cop-out, Oscar. And I'll say the same thing to Gervonta. The same way I said to everyone else. If he beats you in a blowout fight, it's highly unlikely you're going to change the result. Highly unlikely. I don't even want to see it again. So let's say Ryan goes out there and he knocks Gervonta Tank Davis out in 4 rounds. Would I want to see a rematch? No. Would Tank deserve a rematch? No. He got it in his clause, right? A mandatory rematch. But the world's not going to want to see it. The world's not going to want to see it. So at that point, maybe you can renegotiate. But the point is, get that man in the ring and do what you got to do. That's what Andy Ruiz did with Anthony Joshua. Andy Ruiz knocked out Anthony Joshua and then renegotiated the terms later. Just get the man in the ring and win. Do what you got to do. But all this talking, it reminds me of another fight where 2 bases are at odds with one another, and they go on social media and say, you see, he didn't want to do this. You see, he doesn't want to do that. And then the fans just go back and blame the other guy. It takes 2 people to make a fight. So if Ryan and Oscar De La Hoya don't make this fight and the mandatory rematch is the reason, they never wanted this fight in the first place.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know, you're rocking with Boxing Bro.